We good? Yeah, I'm sorry. I'd like to call this meeting to order for the April 7th, 2026 Chelsea City Council meeting. We will begin with an invocation by Councilman Morris.
Join me in prayer. Heavenly Father, we love you so much. Lord, we thank you for this past weekend in celebrating the resurrection of your Son, Jesus Christ. And God, we praise you for that gift. God, be with us this evening, city leaders, to use the gift of wisdom that God tells us he will give us if we ask of him for it, to use that wisdom to make decisions that will positively impact our community. God, I thank you for the first responders. Thank you for each and everything that they do for this community, God, and not just responding to the emergencies, but God, showing up even when it may not seem like that big of a deal. And Lord, just be with them, give them strength. And we ask this all in your Son's Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you. Next up, we'll do the pledge by Councilman Fisher.
Could everyone please stand for the pledge?
Attention, salute, pledge.
Ms. Etheridge, if you'll please call the roll.
Jonna Barnes.
Present.
Scott Wygan.
Present.
Chris Grace.
Present.
Arthur Fisher Jr.
Present.
Casey Morris.
Present.
All right, council, you have the agenda before you. Do we have a motion to approve it as written?
Mr. President, I make a motion we approve our agenda as written.
All right, we have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
A second. Is there any discussion on the agenda? All in favor say aye. Any opposed say nay. All right, that is approved. Next up are the minutes. Do we have a motion for those?
I'll make a motion that we approve the minutes as written for March 17th, 2026 pre-council and regular city council meeting minutes, along with April 1st, 2026 special called work session minutes.
All right, thank you for that. We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
We got 2 seconds. I'll give it to Arthur. All right, we got a motion and a second. Any discussion on the minutes? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say nay. All right, those are approved. First up in council business, we have resolution 1384. Who wants to make that motion?
Council President, I make a motion to accept Resolution 1384 to acknowledge a donation from Shelby County Commission.
All right, we have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Any discussion on this one? Mayor, would you like to tell us about this?
Yes, this is just the donation of 2 retired Sheriff's Office Tahoes to our COP program.
All right, thank you for that. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say nay. All right, that is approved. Next up is resolution 1385 to update the city rules, city council meetings for the rules for, I can't talk. The rules for the city council meeting. Do we have a motion for that?
Mr. President, I make a motion that we will approve Resolution 1385 to update our rules for city council meetings.
Thank you. Do we have a second?
Second.
We got a motion and a second. Any discussion on this? All in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed say nay. All right. Moving on to resolution 1386. Do we have a motion for this?
Council President, I make a motion to accept Resolution 1386 to authorize an agreement for the installation and maintenance of a traffic signal at County 47 and Chelsea Corners Way.
All right, we have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Any discussion? So what this is voting on is for a new red light to be installed at the intersection of Chelsea Corners Way, which is the Aldi parking lot intersection, which is probably one of the most difficult intersections in our city. And it will be timed along with the Highway 280 47 red light. So all in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed say nay. All right, that is approved. Next up is Resolution 1387. Do we have a motion for that?
Council President, I make a motion to approve Resolution 1387 to authorize refinancing a loan with Central State Bank.
Thank you. We got a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion on this? Mayor, would you like to tell us about this?
Yes, it's just a refinance of the Foothills Business Park loan with Central State Bank, where we've got a lower interest rate. We're going to continue to make the same payments in order to pay the loan off sooner.
Absolutely. A lot more money going towards principal. All right, council, all in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed, say nay. That is approved. Next up is Resolution 1388, to authorize the mayor to execute a contract with Shred-it. Do we have a motion for this?
Mr. President, make a motion, we approve Resolution 1388.
All right, we have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. All right, that's approved. Next up is Resolution 1389. Do we have a motion for this?
Council President, I make a motion, we approve Resolution 1389, amending our fiscal year 26 annual budget.
All right, we have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
We got a motion and a second. Any discussion from the council? Mayor, would you like to tell everybody what that is about?
Which one is this, 3889?
Yes.
This is to amend the budget to cover some overages by some departments, primarily related to maintenance issues in the city and hiring of additional city employees.
Very good. All right, council, any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed, say nay. That is approved. Resolution 1390, do we have a motion for this one?
Council President, I make a motion to approve Resolution 1390 to authorize the mayor to execute a collateral assignment.
All right, we got a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion from the council? Mayor?
Yeah, this is part of the city's incentive agreement with the developer of the shops at Chelsea Corners. And this is a document necessary for the developer's bank, allowing them to transfer the funds immediately from the developer to the bank when they get them from the city.
All right, very good. Thank you. Any further discussion, council? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. All right. Next up is Resolution 1391. This is to repeal a moratorium on certain business licenses and permits. Do we have a motion for this?
Council President, I make a motion to approve Resolution 1391 to repeal the moratorium on certain business license and permits.
All right, we got a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
A motion and a second. Any discussion on this, council? All right, all in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed, say nay.
Nay.
All right, we have one nay. That is approved. Next up, we are going to move on to the first reading of proposed ordinance 1043, which will update the rules and procedures of the city council. Mr. Howard, will you please do that?
Sure. Ordinance governing the rules and procedures of Chelsea City Council. There's 18 sections covering times, notice, quorum, location, speaking, fines, motions, votes, order, adjournment, city clerk, and the agenda.
All right, thank you. They're distracting me up here. Next up is the first reading of ordinance, 1043. So what that is updating the current rules for the city council to reflect the new style of government that we have started. So that's what that's all about. They will be posted up here if anybody would like to review them, and by up here, I mean at City Hall, before the next meeting. They're also in the packet and posted on the internet as well. Next up is the first reading for ordinance 1044 to establish an entertainment district at Valley Post. Mr. Howard.
Yes, this is an ordinance to establish an entertainment district in Chelsea at Valley Post under Alabama Code, Section 283A-17. Section 1 is about creating the district. Section 2 is about outside consumption of alcohol. Section 3 is about consumption in vehicles not allowed. Section 4 is about outside beverages not being allowed.
All right, thank you. So this is for the Valley Post development, all the restaurants, and to officially make them a entertainment district. And that's it. That'll be posted online as well and here at City Hall if anybody wants to review that. These two ordinances will be voted on at the next council meeting. Next up, we have the city bills. Do we have a motion for that?
Mr. President, make a motion, we pay our bills.
We have a motion to pay the bills. Do we have a second?
Second?
Got a motion and a second. Any discussion on the bills? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say nay. We will pay the bills. Next up is our mayor's report, and I'll give to Mayor Sumners.
All right, we're going to start off the mayor's report with our proclamation for Child Abuse Prevention Month. Whereas our children are our state's most vulnerable members, as well as our state's most valuable resources, helping shape the future of Alabama. And whereas positive childhood experiences, like loving caregivers and safe, stable, and nurturing relationships can help mitigate trauma and the negative impact of adverse childhood experiences to promote the social, emotional, and developmental well-being of children. And whereas child abuse can have long-term psychological, emotional, and physical effects throughout an individual's lifetime and impact future generations of their family. And childhood trauma, including abuse and neglect, is a serious problem affecting every community in the United States. And finding solutions requires input and action from everyone. And children who live in families with access to concrete, economic, and social supports are less likely to experience abuse and neglect. And nurturing positive childhoods and preventing child maltreatment is possible because the partnerships created between families, prevention advocates, child welfare professionals, education, health, community, and faith-based organizations, businesses, law enforcement agencies, and local, state, and national governments. And we acknowledge that in order to solve the public health issues of abuse and neglect, we must work together to change hearts and mindsets through storytelling and sharing, center the needs of families, break down bias and barriers, and inspire action from expected and unexpected partners. Therefore, be it resolved, I, Cody Sumners, Mayor of the City of Chelsea, do hereby proclaim April 2026 as National Child Abuse Prevention Month in Chelsea, Alabama, and urge all citizens to recognize this month by building a narrative of hope for children and families through collaboration and the creation of an ecosystem of primary prevention that does not currently exist in this country. So.
You want us to vote on it?
Yep.
Okay. Council, do we have a motion to receive this proclamation?
Mr. President, I make a motion that we receive the mayor's proclamation to declare April 2026 as National Child Abuse Prevention Month on behalf of Owens House.
All right, we have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion on this? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say nay.
All right.
All right.
Just a couple of words. Good evening. My name is Jennifer Newman. I'm the Vice President of the Board for Owens House Child Advocacy Center located in Columbia, Alabama, just down the road. First, and let me say thank you to Mayor Sumners. I had the privilege of working with him when he was in his former career, and he and I worked together when I was, at the time, the supervising attorney for Shelby County DHR. And so I know that he has a heart and mind for the hard work that all of the members of the MDT team, of which Owens House is, to make sure that children and vulnerable adults are taken care of, and when they have been abused, their alleged perpetrators are brought to justice. So I wanted to say thank you. Also to just say good evening to Mr. Howard, who he and I have had the opportunity to work together in the same professional circles, so I think you guys are in good hands on that. I promised to give a very short elevator speech, but I promise my elevator will only go a very few floors, so that we can keep this very brief. But I did want to take this opportunity to thank you guys on behalf of Owens House for this honor, to let you know that of the 350 children that were served by Owens House last year, approximately 30 of them were children from Chelsea. And to also let you know that every student from kindergarten through third grade at Chelsea Park and Forest Oaks Elementary were all given body safety classes through Owens House Services. So we have a small but mighty group of employees at Owens House. I think we're up to 7 now, which is the largest staff that we've had so far in my tenure, anyway, as a board member. And we look forward to continuing to serve the citizens of Chelsea and obviously of Shelby County. I did bring with me tonight some blue ribbons to celebrate child abuse prevention. I'll leave those here with Mayor Sumner, if that's okay, to share with you guys. And thank you so much. I won't take up any more of your time, but if there's ever anything that Owens House can do, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Sure. You want to take a picture?
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, and we got another proclamation for Parkinson's Awareness Month. Whereas Parkinson's disease is a chronic progressive neurological disease and is the second most common neurodegenerative disease in the United States, and more than 16,000 people in Alabama are living with Parkinson's disease. It is estimated that the economic burden of Parkinson's disease is at least $52 billion annually, including direct and indirect treatment, Social Security payments, and lost income to patients and family members. And research suggests the cause of Parkinson's disease is a combination of genetic and environmental factors, but the exact cause and progression of the disease is still unknown. And whereas there is no Parkinson's test or biomarker, so the rate of underdiagnosis can be relatively high. And motor and non-motor symptoms can include resting tremor, stiffness, and slowness of movement and rigidity, difficulty with balance, swallowing, chewing, speaking, cognitive impairment, dementia, and mood disorders. And volunteers, researchers, caregivers, and medical professionals are working to improve the quality of life of persons living with Parkinson's disease and their families. Now, therefore, be it resolved by myself, Mayor Cody Sumners, and the City of Chelsea City Council, do hereby proclaim April 2026 as Parkinson's Awareness Month in the City of Chelsea.
Thank you for that. Council, do we have a motion to receive this proclamation?
Council President, I make a motion to receive proclamation declaring April 2026 as Parkinson's Awareness Month, presented to Andrea, shall I read that? Andrea Pendro and Randy Wiggins.
All right, we have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
All right, any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. All right, that is approved.
First of all, I want to thank y'all very much for the time. We also, the why has been, for me, which unfortunately, I got Parkinson's, but the why has been a great asset for me. Exercise is the greatest thing. Doesn't stop it, but it does slow it down. So because of all the different programs that the Y does at no charge for the community here at Chelsea and other surrounding areas, we ask for donations. And we've also got a card that I'd like to leave if y'all could put it on your website so people that are on the social media can donate if they would like to donate. We'd be greatly appreciated, but thank you for your time.
Thank you so much for having us tonight. Parkinson's is not a super well-known disease, and it can affect everything, like you heard in the proclamation, and that's just a little snippet of it. But it can affect folks from head to toe, inside and out, and all we normally see is a tremor with people. So there's so many other things going on that it's kind of like that iceberg diagram where, you know, you get the things you can see at the top, and then there's so many things underneath that we don't get to see or experience. So at the Y, we have great programs. We've got support groups that meet monthly at 5 of our branches, and we have a program, our exercise program, called Defeat PD at 4 of our locations now. So we're trying to help fight the good fight for folks as much as we possibly can. And thank you so much for having us tonight to help to spread awareness.
We did the proclamation, yeah.
All right, so then we got the video that we'd like to show real quick about Parkinson's.
Yes, we have a video, for those that can't hear the mayor, we have a video that talks about Parkinson's.
Doesn't talk very loud, though. People doing aerobics.
So I can narrate, since I am the narrator. Basically, what I'm saying in this video is the incidence of Parkinson's disease is on the rise, and it's not slowing down. We aren't sure, like you heard in the proclamation, what causes Parkinson's. There's so much research going around the whys, hows, and how to stop it. But because it's so individualized and the symptoms can vary so widely person to person, it's a really hard disease to study. So there's lots of research going on. Exercise and medication are currently like the best treatments for Parkinson's disease. Exercise has proven to be just as helpful, if not even more, than meds, especially used alongside meds. The medications don't work for everyone, which is very unfortunate when they don't. But exercise, anybody and everybody can do. And not only is it good for Parkinson's, but plug for exercise in general. Like, everybody should do it, right? So you're seeing lots of folks in our group that are fighting the fight every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at Greystone. Those trekking poles are really cool. They help with mobility and balance, so you can get out and about and do what you want to do without the fear of having to fall. There you go. We do all kinds of stuff. We do something different just about every day in class, working on strength and flexibility and coordination and multitasking and balance. We kind of touch on it all because, like I said, there's so many symptoms, and we want to help them all. And some of these folks in this video aren't here anymore. It's a shame we can't hear it.
Is this available anywhere, the video?
It is. It's on our YMCA website,
Okay,
actually.
okay.
Yes.
So we could go there and watch it.
Yep, the website is ymcabham.org. And if you go to programs and scroll down to Parkinson's support,
Okay.
you will find this video as well as all of the locations and times for the support groups and information about Defeat PD, the exercise program.
Thank you.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
And now we got Sadie Adams from the Chelsea High School Education, say a few words.
Good evening, everyone, city council members, ladies and gentlemen, hi. I'm Sadie Adams. I'm SGA president for the 25-26 year of Chelsea High School's SGA. I love it. Oh my gosh. I'm excited to announce the 6th annual Hall of Fame class. Our community inductee is Norman Poe Jr., our athletic inductee is Allie Gooch, our faculty inductee is Miss Barbara Gunn, our academic inductee is Laura Beth Edwards, our student impact inductee is Ray Haley from the middle school, and our heritage inductee is Frank and Colonel Ritchie. This year will be our 6th annual Hall of Fame. It'll be April 29th at, I believe, 6 p.m. So I'd like to formally invite members of the council to join us in celebration of the inductees. And I'd also like to mention that next year we will be starting a new award in coordinates with the Hall of Fame in honor of Miss Emmy Burton. And the Miss Emmy Burton Service Award will start the 7th annual Hall of Fame in the year 26-27 to honor members of our city who, like Miss Emmy, are very service-oriented and have served our community well. And I think that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Y'all want to get a picture again?
Yeah. Great job, by the way. Very well said. And congratulations on graduating. This close.
All right, now I'll got a brief mayor's update. One thing I wanted to mention is going back to Resolution 1386 for the traffic light at County Road 47 and Chelsea Corners Way. I think it's important for us to note that that is being paid for by the developer of the shops at Chelsea Corners. It's not being paid for by the city of Chelsea. However, maintenance will be performed on that light by the city of Chelsea. So as part of the mayor's update, one of the things that we approved a couple of council meetings ago was the creation of a building official position in the city of Chelsea, and I'm happy to let everybody know that that position has been filled by Mr. Owen Watkins, and he will be starting on April 20th of this year. So a lot of good things going on in Chelsea, a lot of growing and creating new departments to provide the best service for our citizens. Also, the 39 Rec Park, the walking trail, underbrush removal has been completed. So if you go out there to that trail, you can go and we've cleared underbrush about 10 to 15 feet out on both sides of that trail to make it safer and a lot nicer out there. And if you've driven by City Hall at night, since April 1st, you may notice that the colored LED lights have been installed and City Hall is lit up blue this month for Autism Awareness Month. So going forward, whenever we have certain awareness months, we can light up City Hall with different colors to recognize those. So glad to have that all up and running. That's all I got.
Very good. Thank you, Mayor. Next up, before I open the community forum, we have Mr. Larry Haynes, who is running for Shelby County Board of Education. Mr. Haynes.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Mayor Summers, thank you, and all of our members of the Chelsea City Council. Thank you for this opportunity. My name is Larry Haynes. I'm a lifelong educator, and my entire career has been in Shelby County schools. I'm proud to say I always wanted to be a teacher. I was not raised in Shelby County. I was raised in McCalla, and I'm a graduate of McAdory High School. I actually went to school at Bo Jackson and elementary school going back. But anyway, I always felt that pull to be a teacher. And I was very fortunate as a student at the University of Montevallo. I entered that teacher ed program. I was also a communications major because I was a history person. So that was, at that time, there were about 1,000 history people applying for jobs. So I had to have some other credentials to hopefully be able to get in and get a teaching job. But I was very blessed to get a bus driving position. Of course, you could hire 18-year-old bus drivers at the time, so I became a teenage bus driver for Shelby County Schools in Montevallo, and I drove for the Montevallo schools. And I did this throughout college. And then after that, upon graduation, it just the Lord works in such mysterious ways. I got a job opportunity to teach at Montevallo High School. And I was able to began teaching English and journalism, and then I moved into U.S. history and journalism and the first broadcast journalism program. But I enjoyed my time at Montevallo immensely for for 15 years. And then I had this opportunity to move in to be an assistant principal. And it's ironically enough, I was interviewed by the principals at Chelsea High, David Calhoun at that time, and Randy Fuller, who was the principal at Oak Mountain High School, to go to one of those two schools because you had the whole board there. And I was excited about either one because I had applied for both positions. I ended up being selected for Oak Mountain. And so however, I did get to teach summer school at Chelsea High School 1 year and spend some time there when Mr. Calhoun, while he was principal actually. And when I transitioned from Montevallo High School to Oak Mountain High, of course, Oak Mountain was only a couple years old, and it was a much larger school. But I got to know the very first resource officer that was starting in Shelby County Schools. That happened to be Mayor Sumner's when he was our resource officer. And so we sort of started out at Oak Mountain together and learned a great deal together, working as colleagues and just serving the students and the teachers and the whole school community. And then I was later given an opportunity after 3 years to become principal, the third principal at Oak Mountain Middle School. And I was there 19 years. And over that time, I've been blessed in many ways throughout my career in Shelby County. 2 years ago, I had an opportunity to go to the University of Montevallo to begin coordinating internships. There's a teacher shortage now, and we need to train students and aspiring teachers to really want to understand what it's like in education to go out there and be great classroom instructors. And so that's when I had that and took that opportunity to do that. And also I was asked and hired by the Alabama Association of Middle School Principals to serve as their executive secretary. And so I go out and mentor assistant principals and principals, and I provide professional development opportunities for administrators throughout the state to help support them to be better administrators and leaders in their schools. But I always have that desire to continue to work in the K-12 world. I taught 55 students this past fall at Montevallo, the Education 101 class. 54 of those 55 students are going to remain in education to be teachers. We laid the groundwork for them with that. I also advise the leadership and instructional leadership students at the University of Montevallo for aspiring leaders. And I think you have a wonderful city here in Chelsea. And we're very blessed in Shelby County to have so many wonderful, wonderful opportunities as a county. And I have to say I commend this city council and the leadership for what you do to support your schools in partnering with Shelby County Schools and accomplishing many great things for our students. Just seeing those Chelsea High students that are right over there. And as a former high school teacher, I have that desire to always enjoy serving students. I'll always be a teacher at heart. But I prayed about it and decided to enter this opportunity to serve on the Board of Education. At the time I entered and filled out my entry, Peg Hill, another person who served admirably in this county and has done a fantastic job on the board, had told me several times she was not going to run for re-election. And so after I entered, and then she did change her mind, which she has a right to do that. And so I was in the race, but I want to say I'll never say a bad thing about my honorable opponent. She's a wonderful person. And if I were not to win in this election, I'm going to support her all the way and continue to support our schools and do all I can as an advocate for our students and our teachers, our parents, to be involved in their child's education. Public education is at a crossroads. It's so important. I know because I've worked with young people and I know the things that they deal with. And I also know what teachers need and support they need when they're going in to become teachers and also school leaders. And that's why I'm aspiring to serve on the Shelby County Board of Education. I thank you for this opportunity to step in here to this forum at this time. I'd appreciate the vote, your vote on May 19th. And just to say, my daughter-in-law, Caitlin Hutchings, is a proud graduate of Chelsea High School, and my son and daughter-in-law live here in Chelsea, and our 1-month-old grandson is destined to go to Chelsea schools in Shelby County. So I'm highly invested in our community and want to stay actively involved. And my goal would be, as you know, our superintendent, Dr. Lewis Brooks, is retiring. Well, that would be, to me, like replacing Nick Saban, because he's done a wonderful job and he is a fabulous, outstanding leader. But you know, my goal would be to collaborate with current board members and support whichever one of our candidates is selected to be the superintendent of Shelby County Schools, because it's all about teamwork. I want to be approachable to parents and students and support staff and teachers, and remain actively involved to do whatever I can to make our school system better than ever before. We have a great school system, but there's always room for improvement, and there's a lot more we can do to help our students, to help and support our parents and teachers and staff, and just be involved in the district. Thank you for, I know there's a lot to be done, but thank you for this opportunity to come, and I will be around if anybody wants to ask me any questions. I'll be here because I am here and excited and want to serve. Thank you for the opportunity.
Yes, sir, thank you.
And Dana, you got anything from the library tonight?
I want to say first to Larry, I love connections, and I love how small the world is. I graduated from McAdory in 1980. You graduated with my sister. I drove a school bus at Oak Mountain Intermediate School for 13 years. It's just amazing how small the world is. Just wanted to say that in case I didn't later. We've got a jam-packed 2 weeks. Saturdays are getting crazier with all the programming that we've come up with. This Saturday is Super Saturday Story Time. It's for kindergarten to 4th grade. It starts at 10 a.m. Pat Boozer, who is the wife of the Minister of Music at North Shelby, leads this program, and she had great attendance the first time and really good feedback, so we're going to continue this on a monthly basis. This is also Lego Saturday and the Friends Book Sale at the Chelsea Community Center from 9 to 1. One of our newest hires has a heart for teens, and just on her own, she's taken over trying to get the teens more involved in the library. So she's created a program called Read, Play, and Create. She organized the gaming tournament last time, which was amazing. So now the teens, and this is ages 12 and up, have opportunities to design and make your own buttons or keychains. And there's going to be 2 opportunities, Tuesday, April 14th from 5 to 6, and Saturday, April 18th from 10 to 11. And also on Saturday the 18th is the Pokemon Club at 10, the Chess Club at 11:30, and the Friends Plant Swap at 1. So, we're fitting it all in. And then for the adults, April 20th is our Books and Bites. It's our evening book club, and they're going to be discussing Alice Feeney's My Husband's Wife. And Lisa does a fantastic job with this. All of our normal activities are scheduled and going on. You can check our social media. If y'all haven't been looking at our Facebook page, the reels and everything that Lisa has been putting together, y'all got to go to our page and look. We've got the top 10 teen books, the top 10 adult books from last month. There's a reel on the most prolific writer, which is James Patterson. She took every single book and wound it between 2 or 3 sets of shelves and did the dominoes with it. I mean, that's how many books of his that we have. But check out our reels on Facebook. All of our information is on the website. We have the calendar on our website and also in our app. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Brandy, you got anything from city events?
Good evening, council. April is going to be a fun month. We've had some great events recently. Our Easter extravaganza put on by our 5 churches was phenomenal. They had about double attendance that they had the previous year. And our Food Truck Friday sold out early on Friday night, so we're pretty impressed with that. So thank you for everyone who's come out. We do have food truck again this Friday. It's going to be Derone's Gourmet Kitchen, which does like ribs and po' boys and all kinds of fun stuff. And then we have a few events through the month we've mentioned before. We do have our cleanup that's scheduled for the 11th. Unfortunately, we don't have as many people signed up as we'd hoped. So if any of you are interested or anybody else is interested in doing it, we would really love to have them out there. We are going to have gloves, vests, the grabbers to pick things up, trash bags, waters, the whole thing ready for you. And we even have the COP team working with us. So all we'll do is pick up trash in the different locations that we see a need, and then we'll come through with the COP vehicles to help pick up those bags and take them away. And it's a great opportunity for students to get community hours, for teams to do an activity together, a team building activity. If you would like to sign up, it's on our webpage. And then we have Pinwheels for Prevention, which is child abuse prevention event that's being hosted by Shelby County. So that's going to be here on our lawn. They chose Chelsea this year. So that's going to be a great big event. It's going to have a medical truck and fire trucks, bouncy houses, free food. The whole thing is free for the entire community, all ages. So definitely come out to that on the 18th. And of course, we have our community center craft fair that's on the 25th, and they are full on vendors. They, I think, have over 60, and then they have a big wait list. So we have lots of fun things happening. And the Chelsea Historical Museum is also doing Dining in Early America on the 26th of this month. So there is a lot on our calendar, our website, our social media. Anything that we do is plastered all over those places. And we have had great work with Chelsea Magazine, Chelsea Neighbors, Shelby Living, and 280 Living. So any information about our events or any ongoings in the city of Chelsea are on so many outlets for you to be able to see. So however our residents receive their news, it's there for them. And I do believe that we're having the television station come back again to talk to us about some upcoming events in the coming week. So be sure to tune in the way you like to tune in, and we will have that information for you. Thank you very much.
I think we're done now.
Thank you, Mayor. Next up is our community forum. This is an opportunity for the community to address the council. At this point, would anybody like to address the council? Not all at once. All right, council, do you have anything you'd like to address? On that note, I will take a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion, we adjourn.
Thank you. Do we have a second?
Second. Y'all want to stay here.
All right, we got a motion.